Hey there, rock stars. This is Will Humphreys from the HBA. I'm super excited to be with you today because I'm going to share with you marketing strategies that are going to blow your mind. Many of them you know, but there's elements of this that I promise you've never thought of that are going to absolutely help you blow up your practice. So let's just get right into it. I don't like to waste time. All right, so let's get over here. There are 3 sections of your marketing program that you should be developing at all times. Don't feel overwhelmed if you're not. I just want to quickly give you an overview of all the different things that you can be doing that absolutely generate greater new patients. So there's 3 sections of getting greater new patients. There's the retention activities, the internal marketing and sales part, and then the external marketing and sales part. Retention is very obvious. We want to keep the existing patient load that we've developed. Now, what we often forget though is that when a patient discharges, they're still in our patient database. We want to nurture that pool of patients that have already come to know, like, and trust us so that they keep coming back every time they get hurt. Now listen, the biggest enemy that we face as practice owners is ignorance. It's not another provider down the street. It's the fact that most people don't really understand how we can help them. And so when it comes to retention, there's a number of strategies that we want to employ. Number 1 is mailers. Mailers, when I implemented this, I thought this was stupid at first, but it was huge in growing my practice. I worked with a company called Practice Promotions. I get nothing financially if you go work with them. The guy who owns it is a guy named Neil Trickett, very smart individual. Essentially what they do is they mail physical mailers to all of your past patients every month. And it's not cheap, but it pays for itself in droves when you have all these new patients that come. More than once I had a patient who would show up to me and say, hey, listen, I had this shoulder problem. I didn't know if you guys did shoulders, but after getting one of your mailers, I realized I needed to ask. And that drove our new patients up. The second thing that we want to do is employ something called closing the file. I'll do a separate video on that if you want, but closing the file is essentially calling your past patients. You want to start 3 months behind their date of service and just start going backwards in time and just say, hey, listen, John, I was thinking about you and that knee replacement. How are you doing? Great. Just wanted to check in to see if you have any pain anywhere else, there or elsewhere, that we can help you with. Well, actually, my neck is hurting. Wow. Well, listen, come on in. We're going to do a free consultation to see if I can give you some quick and easy exercises to get that under control. That was massive for us. And we trained our PTs and PTAs to use this technology in order to get their new patients up so that they could hit their standard. Instead of sending them home, oftentimes we'd have them call past patients. The other idea is something we developed called the gift basket program. The gift basket program is a real fun way to gamify patients attending their physical therapy appointments. Every time they show up, they get a little ticket that goes into a basket, or excuse me, into a drawing. And so at the end of every week, as they put their name in, once a week we do a drawing, and there's a gift basket that's sitting in the lobby that shows all sorts of goodies, right? It's like cookies and like little things here and there. Maybe it's seasonal for Christmas or whatever is out there. But having that gift basket program helped us retain our current clients. So obviously the last and obvious one is making sure the percentage of arrival is up at least above 85%. Now listen, this is something that I know is its own video. I've got other videos on this channel that talk about how your front desk and PTs can work together to get that percentage of arrival above 97%. And if you don't think that's possible because you have Medicaid patients in a rural setting, I'm telling you, it's very possible. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And that should be tattooed across my chest. All right, so let's talk about internal marketing efforts. So internal marketing efforts are things we do inside of our clinic to generate new patients. Now, the first one we do for internal marketing is we do patient referrals. Patient referrals is one of the easiest things we can do to help generate more new patients. And the first patient we want to get a new patient referral from is on themselves. So what I mean by this is that when you have a patient in an evaluation or reevaluation, we train our therapists to go in there and say, all right, so here's how you're doing with your knee. That's why you're here. Is there anything else that's hurting you that we could help with? By the way, we treat ankles, backs, shoulders. We are educating our patients on all the different services and ways we can serve them. And so when we educate them, very often they get excited about what we're doing and they say, you know what, I am here for that condition, but my neck has been killing me. And so what we do is we don't co-treat, we don't split our time with them between those two. We tell them, let's get this better. And you should be scheduling your patients out all the way through their prescription anyway. So you just go, listen, let's schedule a new evaluation or a free consult on the day after your planned discharge. And so that way we keep generating referrals from existing patients. And what's crazy is I've never had a patient not say thank you. Thank you, I didn't know there was anything you could do for that. And so they'll thank you for asking them how else we can serve them to create a new patient referral from an existing patient on their own body. Then of course it's like, hey, you're doing great. When the patient comes in and says, hey, look what you've done for me, I can do this now. That's when we want to turn to them and say, do you know anyone else we can help? We have to be helping people to be happy, and we just want to know if there's anyone else we can serve in your world. And that's a wonderful way. And of course we create games within our teams so that physical therapists and assistants and techs and front desk are all playing this game together, so that we're giving awards out in some frequency around the person who gets the most referrals. Now, when it comes to external marketing efforts, that's when we start thinking more traditional, right? Like most of you probably think MD visits, most of you probably think like Google ads, right? Facebook ads, that kind of stuff. Obviously, many of you do events, right? I forgot the name of the company. They do something called the biggest promotion ever. It's a great company. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. But either way, these are very common external marketing efforts, right? You might think of ads in newspapers, speaking at retirement homes. Those are all very effective ways of doing things. My least favorite is the doctor visits. I hate commoditizing our industry that way. But here's some fun things I've seen my clients do. The first one is the Dream 100. And what they do in this case with the Dream 100 is that they pick people in the community and they reach out to them, like celebrities, like newspaper authors or correspondents on news channels. Maybe there's a celebrity chef, maybe whoever the top influencers of your city are. It doesn't have to be this like national thing, but what they're doing, some of my clients, is they're sending t-shirts of their company to them with like a love letter saying, man, we sure appreciate all that you do as a physical therapy practice in the community of blank. We're here helping you achieve the same vision. We just want you to know how much we appreciate you. It is crazy how many of the people I work with are getting famous local celebrities to endorse or even promote their practices for free. Every time they do, they get a huge influx of patients. This is a true representation of who you know is more important than what you know. Lastly, just to wrap this video up pretty quick because we're already going way long, is that I wanted to talk about using the local media. Obviously, I talked, for example, of sending t-shirts, but do you know that most newspapers are desperately trying to find inspiring stories that they can write about? One of the things that I used to do was I reach out to the local community newspaper in Florence, Arizona, and I would ask, is there anything that I can talk about that would help you guys? And so there was all these different stories. I wrote some articles, but most of the time they would just ask me if there was anything special going on in our company. So we changed locations a number of times, and every time we did a ribbon cutting. Please make sure you join your Chamber of Commerce, ask for a ribbon cutting, get in the newspaper every time you have a reason. Change of management, ribbon cutting. Change of location, ribbon cutting. We used to do stories once on like the Wii. We did the Wii in our practice for like 6 months, and they did this whole piece on like technology in our practice, and they would put a whole published paper out there. And over time, we developed relationships with our newspaper writers and advertisers to where they would call us, hey, Will, we're short a story. Do you have anything you could talk about or anything we could report on? Getting that type of free publicity is one of the greatest ways for us to get new patients. So guys, this is a brief overview of having a full-fledged marketing and sales plan in your business. What else do you do that I missed? Put that in the comments below, but thanks for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.